Hello, a warning to you before we delve into the mysteriously motivated madness. I am wrapped right now in a feeling of disorientating ambivalence due to a lot of recent events. My brother has come back from South Sudan. My love life briefly clambered out of the metaphorical gutter only to slip over on a banana skin and crack its skull like a walnut. And all of this resulted in a troubling sense of apathy towards both my YouTube and Twitch content, and that in itself has made me angry, because you all deserve better, and I'm not cutting it. So I'd like to issue an apology on behalf of this video to any and all involved, because this episode of Congratulations You're a Dick is one giant catharsis. It's an outlet for me to vent and divert pent-up feelings of anger and utilize them constructively under the wide guise of satire. Despite the word satire being involved, I'd still like to say that if I overstep my bounds with my commentary in this video, you have my apologies. And let me know in the comments, because otherwise I will never know. Today, we have the orbit of manliness, the reason wargaming ignores reports, and apocalyptic arrogance. So, sit back, relax, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let's get started. And here we find me, rudely placed on a map where most tanks act like heavily armoured pinballs and immediately start rolling downhill, pursuing the most scientifically inept way of gaining positional advantage. I'm counting my blessings, and believe me, I don't do that enough. I seriously don't have a great deal to complain about. My blessings today are first and foremost attributed to the presence of the half a dozen quintuple XP missions that come along with the purchase of the Tiger 121. Now, many of you will be aware I'm a big fan of the Tiger 1 at tier 7, and the 121 certainly boasts some similarities to it. However, my admirable attempts to enjoy said similarities is going to be starkly impeded this game. Now, in pursuit of a dream I have, or an ongoing unquenchable need to spread some much needed positivity, I speak up in chat at the start of the game, wish everyone good luck. Alright, and then continue an attempt to persuade them to attack the 9-0 line because of its strategic value being high ground. This comes along with a healthy warning to steer clear of the beach. Now, certain T-34 on our team requests that everyone attacks me. Now, you might be thinking I've misunderstood him. Right? Perhaps he's simply asking me to display entirely mounted aggression. Well, it would be nice, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid, with the benefit of hindsight, you two will probably reach the conclusion that that is exactly what he meant, as in killing me. Now, a short while later, after the obligatory Q noob from a guy that is the literal definition of a noob, we display a brief sparkle of accidental teamwork in order to secure a foothold position on the flank, after which the SP-1C hits the fan. Because both of these irrefutable smegmuffins then seem to become caught in my manliness orbit, but not before settling a dispute with each other, causing one of them to turn bluer than his dad did when he found a hole in the condom. Said T-34 shortly thereafter becomes the expired meat in a stupid sandwich after the ARL blats him in the face with a shell that he would tell you is significantly smaller than his penis. Now, of course, the real motivation of this T-34 becomes less and less obscure as this game goes on. Not that it actually becomes any less frequently asinine. His objective, as he clearly demonstrates here, is plainly and simply to stop yours truly from getting any damage or having a decent game. As I've talked in the past of taking high note, not team killing these people, and as you can see, I do walk the walk. This guy is blue. He doesn't reside on my team, nor on the enemy team. I am perfectly within my rights to team kill him, right? But remember, the first step to forgiveness is understanding that the other person is a complete idiot. Now, I'd like to say that 60% of my motivation for not blowing this guy's head off lies in a grounded moral foundation, but I think it's more likely that 60% of me is going, yay, YouTube content, but in a manlier tone. That said, game finally draws agonizingly to a close, and the T-34 has the unabated gall to say GG in chat. And I, in response, happily give him a repair bill to take back to the garage. Okay, let's have an English rant here. Now, this person is not, to me, but a gaggle of carefully ordered numbers and letters in lines of code on the computer screen, and as such, I have no bearing or inclination as to the nature of his physical appearance. So it'd be entirely pointless of me to insult him for it. Moreover, said physical appearance has categorically no standing or significant impact on one's prospects or chances of success or failure within a world which endlessly strews both paths with perspectively warped plight and hardship. That said, I feel a monumental swell of pity for this poor soul when he looks in a mirror in the morning, because I can only imagine what a petulant cock he finds staring back at him. Good day. You know, at some point, this series may find itself elevated above the debilitating tide of common cretins it wades in, up to a new class of douchebag. But that's not even peeking its elusive head over the horizon for the time being. No. For now, we are stuck with people that have the IQ of a dung beetle and all the social graces of a flatulent donkey. With an objective in mind being guiding you through this irony-fueled snooze fest and have life clinging to your logic-ravaged bones by the end of it, I'm going to give you a comprehensive overview of the antics in chat in as brief a fashion as I'm capable. However, you must first note the position of Axeltoft in the T25-2. Now, I'll keep him marked on the screen so you can always be aware of his ingenious, impactful positioning. So, numero uno, the inaugural event. Tino takes a shot from a Cromwell residing and reservedly poking his head around the undefended southern flank. He then pings the location and is told not to worry because the T25-2 is spotting there. I mean, that's great and all, but you're not. Our T25-2 has 380 meters of base range. It's not bad. You could certainly comfortably get it up to the max with BIA equipment and consumables, but I mean, even assuming such an implausibly large investment of time and effort on a tank that is only ever going to achieve slightly less mediocrity than comparable tanks, you're still not likely to be able to spot and impact anything meaningful down there, because by the time it's been spotted, it will pretty much be at the buildings already. But that said, in light of the team's remarkably collective disregard for this flank in its entirety, there's startlingly little alternative to this guy's gameplay. So that would be fine. However, after Tino fairly accurately points out that he's not actually spotted anything, the T25-2 seemingly takes great delight in informing him that he's being reported for spamming. Okay, that's spamming, is it? Alright, maybe. Didn't bother me. Maybe I'm just not a dick. That ain't it. Then it goes further. Now he's reporting him for harassment.
Yes, Your Honor, the plaintiff did knowingly and correctly imply that my client was spotting nothing, using the English word shit, a blatantly offensive term reference Oxford English Dictionary. Ha ha.
Now, this repeats itself half a dozen times, allowing the T25-2 to further clarify his deep-set joy at being able to report someone. I honestly feel like if you took the last jam donut from this guy, he'd stab you in the jugular, roll you up in this bedsheet, and throw you in the river. Then turn himself in, and present himself while pleading guilty and claiming it was all entirely justified. And they'd be right, but that's not the point. We're up to 8 reports. Okay, 8 reports now, and he's sending them when you play into wargaming, by the way, further emphasising why I wholeheartedly sympathise with wargaming ignoring most reports, especially if jackasses like these pollute them with their perceived transgressions because others didn't match up perfectly with their insecure agendas. Better watch out though, because he's at 8 reports already. If he keeps going, he won't have enough left to report people for traversing too slowly, or angling, or team killing. You know, at some point, T25-2, on a very dark day, you're gonna realise that acting like a dick is not gonna make yours any bigger. Once again, with an overdose of dickery comes a severe lack of shame or remorse, as he has the cheek, the snark, to try and apologise in chat. You want to hear an apology, mate? Well, I've got one to make, because somewhere out there's a tree that produced oxygen for you, and I think we all owe it an apology. LA 2002, in a light tank, who should only ever spot for my whims and care about what I want and nothing else ever in the entire— Damn it, assholes, get out! Fine! Fucking stupid son of— Ah! Gold noob! I apologise for that, people. Yep. Okay. Right, so, top tier in a light tank on Prokhorovka. Now, some hopelessly naive people might look at this and think that the heavens are parted and joyful swaths of RNG have rained down. Not, of course, realising that that's just RNGesus peeing on you and laughing like a hyena looking at roadkill. Adept, perhaps, at utilising potential advantages, LA speeds off with fruitful ambition towards the western flank. And whilst he's having his pasty Chinese butt handed to him, X-Max 454 in the M40 takes it upon himself to inquire as to if the Stir Mill is a mental handicap. And after sending the Honest Gaming team to investigate, they were promptly arrested for public nudity and the transportation of an endangered species. In spite of which, we did manage to determine that the Stir Mill is indeed a mental handicap. I am for the— you insensitive, grammatically illiterate dick thimble. Sorry, LA attempts a few more times to mount enlightening aggression on this flank, but ends up enduring on very low health indeed. All this while the RT is calling him a retard, pinging the map like a blind man pointing out his favourite colour, and giving LA fantastic instructions on how to get him killed in the most pointless way feasible. Now, over 3 minutes into the game and no sign of the enemy T-49, that to me means it's an extreme likelihood that he's lurking in the bushes at around E1 waiting for a low health dumbass to try and scout. Shut up, Homer! Fortunately, said low health dumbass— sorry, no. I'll do that again. Fortunately, said low health tank isn't in fact stupid. So, knowing that the only fate that awaits him over there is an underwhelming and entirely pointless death, he relocates. An act which I don't think will ever cease to impress me. Because, I mean, I don't know why it impresses me so... Well, actually I do. It's because it's such a severe variation from what players like this Artie would do. Right, which amounts to lingering and pursuing a flank which had no future, dying, and then blaming everybody but themselves for an outcome that they could have easily prevented. That being the case, short time later, Eastern flank is won. Game straightening out, looking like a pretty handy win. LA sets up, does some pretty knowledgeable bushwork in order to put a bit of damage into the 704, and then the M40 pipes up in chat, calls him a bot, and yeah. This is accompanied, of course, by useless camper bot Scout, total fucking noob. This, while he is the closest tank on his team to the enemy base, has 20k spotting and has considerably more kills than -1. From my point of view, LA played this game pretty well, and he has a mark of great potential, recognising a lost cause in that western flank. It's a very valuable skill in World of Tanks to know when you are beaten, when hammering the pickle jar is only going to make the lid tighter. Now, I don't generally judge players for being an arty, because believe you me, people who play regular tanks are quite capable of being just as obscenely large twats. And I've met some pricks in my time, mind you, but compared to them, this guy's a feckin' cactus. I can't help thinking, M40, that if this guy's playstyle is so overtly offensive to you, if you blame the fact that you had a bad game on the actions of others, then just maybe you should play a class of vehicle where you can do something for yourself, and not sit on your ass like an ill-tempered garden gnome berating those around you for actually worrying about more than moving the mouse and clicking. And just perhaps, Princess, while you're out there outclassing everybody with your epic game knowledge, you can come to the realisation that other players don't exist solely for the purpose of giving you a good game. Now, I would do an imitation of this M40 to make fun of him, but I don't think I can get my head that far up my own ass. So I'll simply say this. Get over yourself. You are not nearly as important as you seem to think you are. How important are you? Exactly as important as every single other player in the game. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you're going to be a better person for it. And to LA, just remember, mate, World of Tanks is like toilet paper. You're either on a roll or you're taking shit from an arsehole. Good day. Hello, gents. Just a big thank you for watching today. As I said, my mood is going from pole to pole today. Well, for the past 10 days or whatever. Either way, submit any replays you got a dicks to replays.wallst@yahoo.co.uk and have a great day.